a game.
All right, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Houston Texans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And an alley to run. And all the way down to the 37. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. They had trouble stopping the run last week in a loss, and here it rears its ugly head early.
You're supposed to try and get your confidence going after a loss like that where you gave up big yards running the football. This is not the way to go about it. It looks exactly as it did just a week ago.
And this is caught inside the 5. They'll get 34 yards there.
Things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan today, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
54. Come to my world. We want it. Come to my place.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, second and goal. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. From 3 yards out. And the Jaguars drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And it's now a 7-0 game. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line. The end zone for a touchback.
Go!
25-yard line.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Watson now to throw. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
First down, Houston.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Set. We own them. We own them.
On 2nd and 11 now. Watson trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he finds a man on a crossing route. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, 1st down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Taylor. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. That's another gain of 15 on back-to-back plays.
But how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed.
And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. It's their quarterback with his 2nd touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. He hit him earlier in this 1st quarter with his arm. Now he does it with his legs.
Right now, he's one of those stat stuffers that you see on the basketball court. You know, the guy with points, rebounds, assists, steals. One with the arm, one with the legs. Let's see if he can continue this pace.
And sending out the reminder that, yeah, look, I'm known for having an arm, but I can do it with the legs on occasion when I need to.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the 1st half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script.
And now a fumble. The ball's out. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. They run it here with Gordon. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Jaguars' 48-yard line.
From just shy of midfield, Watson into the hands of the tight end. This is Jordan Thomas. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 32-yard line.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Texans.
Watson now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. A toss play. Gordon. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Watson. This is caught. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Whip. Watch the whip. Check.
They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Melvin Gordon. His first touchdown of the new season as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7.
Jaguars 14, Texans 7.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Let's go.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run with Taylor. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And all the way down to the 41-yard line. That good for 22 and a first down.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down.
1st and 10 at the 10-yard line.
So now, following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. He'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. And a nice pick up there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys.
What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So on fourth down, Jags kicker Josh Lambo comes on. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Lambo is good, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
A loss of 2 there, second down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage, because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. Well, why do you go out and spend a first-round pick on a defensive back? Plays like that. The rookie gets his first interception.
You have to have guys who can limit the other team's number of plays run and possessions. And no better way than an interception. And what a great way to break into the league.
And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off inside to the running back. Instead, he kept it and ended up taking a loss on the play.
And now the throw taken in by Chark. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Looking to throw. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's second and 10. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. A sensational one-handed grab in the end zone for the score. Looked like you at the Davis Turkey Bowl every year in the backyard in Orlando, Florida.
Oh, you're so kind. That's definitely in my mind. But how about this? They always tell guys going after the ball, the receivers especially, you got to have a single-minded obsession to go get it. How about going up with a single hand and making that happen? I don't know if it gets much better than what we just saw there.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. On second and 15 now. Watson going for the deep ball. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. Back to throw now on first down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock Dalvin away and bring up second down.
On second down, it's Taylor. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves them with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
The Texans here on third down putting an extra defender in the secondary. They'll set up to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So drive 1, they had the field goal. Drive 2, touchdown. And now here on drive 3, looks like they're going to have to punt.
At least they were finally able to reverse the trend because giving up the field goal, then the touchdown, it's almost like they finally got to the offensive side of the ball and said, okay, we've got the system to shut you down.
And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Watson now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. This is Gordon. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Gordon. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Double time. 3 down.
Here's Watson. He's got a first down and then some in midfield. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
On first down, Watson. That's caught by his tight end, Jordan Akins. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down.
Check set. UAT. Check 48. Come on. Stay with your man.
Now Gordon on first down. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. Second down.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50. He's tired of me. He's tired of us. Go Mike 50. Mike 50. I got one. Let's go Mike 50. Let's go.
A shotgun snap for Watson. It's complete to Fuller. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That'll put him at an even 50 receiving yards now in this first half. And it's a first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line.
One man in the backfield, that's Gordon, 2nd and goal.
Double tight, guys. Double tight.
Watson, off play action, sliding out of the pocket. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. They isolate Hopkins on the left side.
Not today, you are. Not today.
Now Watson on 3rd and goal. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Duke Johnson, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Texans get a bit closer. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 times.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Texans scoop it. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Second and 3. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
31's the mic. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you. 31's the mic. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
They'll look to throw here. And he fires one, but incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Back to throw here. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. On 1st down, Taylor. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Now the ball comes loose. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
Hey, tighten down.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. From 17 yards out, and the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his 2nd season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 35. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Fielded about a yard deep. Yeah, he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
48. Look, we don't like the 48 right now. Let's go. 3 buzz. 48. 48's the money.
Now it's Watson. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Ready. 70 ending. One set. Eyes up. One set.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away. Turns into a nice play.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll get 9 yards on the keeper there, but it's still going to leave him with a 3rd and 1. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack there by J.J. Watt. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
So well done there, and these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do, and now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. from the gun. Here's Watson. He's got Fuller. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Fourth down now after a loss of 2. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. They're going to look to throw. Flush to his right. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, first down. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He hit his first. Now this from 43. And Lambo will put this one through, and that'll push the lead from 24 up to 27. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Watch the pass.
Here's Gordon. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Push him back. Mike 50, Mike 50. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Mike's 50, Mike's 50. I got it.
Out of the gun, Watson. He finds Hopkins complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A gain there of 21 yards.
First down, Texans.
Watson now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Check 24, check 24. Hey, alert! Check safety, check safety. 66, bullet, pass.
From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see it.
And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss.
Let's go, D, let's go. Hey, let's get there. Hey, 25's the mic.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 28.
A gain of 14. First down, Houston. That's the end of the third quarter.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Hey, 25's the mic. We're going 25's the mic. Stop your whining. Alert.
Watson operating from the gun. That's going to be caught. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker.
And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Melvin Gordon with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Texans cut into that lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will shave one more off this lead.
41, Texans 21.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. That kick return TD is 98 yards in length. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Well, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
Let's see if they dial it up this drive. Now the pass hauled in by Kenny Stills. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. The Texans on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
If he writes a book in the offseason, he ought to title it Undaunted, because where he is on the field, back on his own side, and goes for it and gets it, I got to give it to him on that one.
Yeah, only thing you can justify it with is it was only a few inches that they needed. If it's 4th and 2, probably doesn't do it. Hey, he got it. Give him credit.
Yeah, but if they don't pick it up,
then you're in trouble.
Yeah, they're giving points to the other team at that stage.
Now a first down throw, Watson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
You remember me? Let's go, baby. 44's the mic. 44's the mic. Check, check. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. 44's the mic. Hey, here we go.
Here we go on 4th. Watson with a catch made by Hopkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
First down, Texans.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Again, it's Watson. And Thomas has it. Look at the big man rumble. Touchdown, Houston. Jordan Thomas. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Texans get a bit closer. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And nowadays in NFL football, you have to account for all the receivers, sure, but the tight end's such a weapon, and they prove it right there.
Oh, without a doubt. And we're seeing now the golden age of tight ends catching the football. I go back to Kellen Winslow. To me, he was a prototype of what we're seeing today. We're seeing it each and every week now.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And now he's going to use his legs. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Now, that was a whole lot of open space out in front of him, wasn't it? I'm telling you, Brandon, when things are going right, they are going right.
And everything has been going their way for the most part. I saw that lane start to develop. Boom. He took advantage of it. They'll look to throw here on first down. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, first down. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 38. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They'll set up to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step 1. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still 3-score game, though, 4th quarter. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, and now it's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. It's complete to Hopkins. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
They try and run on first down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 41-yard line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd and 12, Watson. It's complete to Fuller. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 44-yard line.
A gain of 15. And the Texans, first down.
So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st and 10, Watson dumping it off for Johnson. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Watch the run, watch the run.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 25-yard line. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he has got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That's good for a Texan 1st down, a 12-yard pickup. Watson to the offense, going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive.
Watch the pass. Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 50. All you get is a head. All you get is a head. Hey, check. Mike 50.
From the red zone now, Watson. Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller. His 1st touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Texans cut into that lead. And oh my goodness, this is nowhere close. Well to the right and no good.
Keeps the score. Jaguars 48, Texans 34.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. 1st down. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. And they will take a knee here. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Jaguars, they used a favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did.
Playing skills.
Ice on the wrist.